You kind of have to have a plan, especially when you're making new cocktails. Like this week, I want to do photos for this. We want to present this on this weekend. You know, we're having an event for a certain beverage, a distributor, or whatever. You know, take like Tito's is coming in, and we're doing an event with them this weekend.
Understood. Hi guys, this is Sid Patel, CEO of Beverage Trade Network and Bartender Spirits Awards. I have Jessica here, Jessica Schjavland. Thanks, Jessica, for joining me here. She is one of the head bartenders in San Francisco, and we are live here from the South San Francisco Conference Center, day 2 of Bartender Spirits Awards. She has been handling social media, especially in COVID. Being the bartender, and handling, you know, the social media for bar business is what we're going to talk about. So, Jessica, I want to hear, you know, about pictures, content, and you know, what kind of curation do you do? So let's start with pictures, you know, because you said you do help with pictures as well today.
Yes.
So when you guys are making cocktails, give us an example of what other bartenders can start collecting and documenting when it comes to pictures.
Especially when you're making new cocktails, you know, there's those times, you know, you have to kind of be around, just, you know, when somebody orders a cocktail, if you don't want the cocktails to die right away, and having somebody just there taking photos. Also just when you're doing them in general, playing with them. With photo taking, there's a lot that you have to do. You know, you have to take many photos to get the right one, right?
So you shoot with phone or like a professional?
I do both.
All right.
Like right now, I believe my phone is a little bit better than my DSLR because it's out of date a little bit. But yeah, the phone definitely works a lot better if you don't have a DSLR camera. So it's really easy to, you know, do filters and everything, you know, with that.
Got it.
For like the more professional photos, you know, I also work with Photoshop and Adobe Creative Suite, so I do all of that, like content creating with that. And then there's, you know, getting the customer experience too.
So basically, when they're sipping the cocktails, you want to capture the moments and the floor, like happy moments.
Exactly.
Understood.
So sometimes I walk around and just try to, you know, take photos of our guests just enjoying the cocktails. You know.
Is it allowed, or do you have to ask them? Or it's okay?
I prefer
as long as
to
it's posted
ask.
on your social media?
Yeah, I prefer to ask the people before I take photos of them. You know, I'm just like, hey, do you guys mind? Just act normal, you know, pretend laugh, whatever, you know. Kind of creating the moment a little bit. But you also want to have candid photos as well.
True.
So as long as it's like kind of a bigger area, I feel like, you know, it's more natural.
What kind of pictures do you think a bar usually gets high clicks?
I definitely think when you have really high resolution photos, so maybe like more on the cocktails. So if you kind of, you know, focus on the cocktail, everything else in the background is a little bit fuzzy, that kind of thing, I think definitely creates more clicks.
On the content, right? So when you were handling the social media, you know, what kind of content you would do more, and how would you plan your week or a month? Do you write a copy every month and then just schedule?
That's what I liked to do. You know, I wasn't doing too much at home during the shutdown, so that's what I would do. I would plan ahead, you know, kind of go into work, kind of create the atmosphere for the cocktails. You kind of have to have a plan, especially when you're making new cocktails. Like this week, I want to do photos for this. We want to present this on this weekend. You know, we're having an event for a certain beverage, a distributor, or whatever. You know, take like Tito's is coming in, and we're doing an event with them this weekend.
Understood.
We want to.
So like more of a what's going on this week is one of the main things that you would do.
Yeah, especially promoting events like that, you really need to make sure that people know about it before the event comes to be, right? If you're like a smaller business too, that's more important. Like where I work is like very large volume, so we get the people anyways.
Got it.
But it's still very important to create your content before and get it posted before the events.
True. One of the things which is great that you have done bartending, and pretty much that's your main full-time job, right? You're the head bartender right now. But what kind of content do you think you can add value? And a lot of bartenders these days are doing, you know, social media as their own brand as well, and connecting and helping the bars because they themselves have a following, right? So did you also manage your personal account while you were doing this and syncing them together?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
I don't post on my own accounts very much.
All right.
I much more prefer handling the public ones.
Got it.
So for that, definitely those kind of things, I like doing like videos of, you know, somebody shaking, you know, kind of zooming in slow-mo. Those things really create a lot of attraction.
Where the bartenders also focus in
Yeah,
feature.
exactly. Yeah. they kind of, look at the camera, create this kind of personal feeling
Yep.
with the people that are looking at the content. So that kind of makes it feel like, it's more special about them,
Give me 2 or 3 hooks on creating new footfalls for a bar via social media.
So for that, most of that is just about making sure that you're posting 3 to 5 times a week. And there's also certain times, that people are more on their phone, depending on the day, like Mondays, whatever. During the week at least, like people are, getting up, getting ready for work. They look at their phone before they go to work, before they get ready when they wake up in the morning, like 7 a.m. to like, before, most people I feel like leave for work between 8 and 8:30 if they start at 9. So definitely getting that engagement in the morning is very important. And then I've noticed a lot of people when they get home from work, 6, 7, that kind of time range, or
True.
even lunch.
Yeah.
It's like any of the times that people are in between their
True,
actual
true.
job.
Yeah.
That's when everyone's
Agreed.
looking. That creates a lot more followers. They're gonna see more of the content.
What's trending, in bartending world? Let's jam 1 or 2 questions there. So what do you think is your pick, for the category growth in the next 12 months in US?
I usually stick to the flavor Bible when I'm trying to create more cocktails. You have to stick to what's good during the season. So summer, definitely watermelon is a big thing. I know last year we had a watermelon cocktail, and in the spring everyone's asking us. But
Nice.
we're trying to create something new. We've been using a lot of passion fruit, kiwi, just kind of more like stone fruits. Lately have been pretty successful. For like the fall season, I definitely think doing more interesting things like cinnamon, clover, kind of more fall time things, and you want to stick to stuff that actually goes together, obviously. So that's where like the flavor Bible I stick to a lot. So there's a lot of good advice that you can see in just sticking to those kind of things, sticking to the norm, but a little bit outside of the box.
So how has your experience been at Bartender Spirits Awards, and what do you like? What did you find different?
Well, so this year was different than, so the last time I was here was 2 years ago, right? I do like how you guys changed it up to the blind tasting. I think that makes us actually think about the spirit itself, before seeing the label. Sometimes the spirit when you see the bottles. I really enjoy that you guys did that. And then we get to guess, we kind of talk amongst ourselves, guess what do we think this is, or like, and then when you see the bottle, sometimes it surprises you. Like yesterday, for example, we did 10 bourbon selections, and 4 or 5 of them I serve at my bar, and I was like, oh, no wonder I like that one so much, like,
Nice.
because I've already had it.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Great.
And yeah, the experience is, I actually enjoy having a second day because we get to see different people, kind of mingle with other people, so that's always fun to kind of experience people with different skill levels. I've been bartending for 6 or 7 years. The people that I'm with have been doing it for 10, 15, so it's fun getting to hear their experiences as well, differentiating from what I've experienced.